John Costa from Citizens Eye with Somewhere to Restore, and I'm here with Andy Salkeld from the City Council. How are you?
I'm good, John. Nice to see you again.
Thanks very much for coming down and supporting us today. Now, you're the cycling coordinator, is that right?
Yeah, that's right, yeah, for the City Council. Yeah, in the transport strategy team.
Brilliant. So tell us a little bit about this year's Skyride.
Well, this year's Skyride takes place on August Bank Holiday on the Sunday, the 25th. It's the 5th Skyride that we will have held. Slightly shorter route, but a really interesting route this year. We've kind of shifted the focus from the city centre to, well, it will include the city centre, but it will shift to Bede Park and the Castle Gardens area rather than Abbey Park, which we've done in the last couple of years. Some really interesting places which we'll announce in a couple of weeks. Some exciting bits on the route which will surprise a lot of people.
Yeah. Now we're here in the Coffee Republic, so I'm just going to turn round, and this is where we hold our sort of regular Citizens Eye community media cafe on a Tuesday morning, and they've let us have this space here. It's been great to be here with Tina's What Box and obviously representing Citizens Eye. If I then go this way, we had a bit of a media hub here with all our young reporters last year. There's Chaz waving, thank you Chaz, there we go, on cue. Because the torch relay came past, but just across there's a junction, and literally Skyride will be sort of literally going past here. So yeah, this is the main route into the city centre, down to the clock tower from the train station. Yeah. Do you think it's really good to be able to use these kind of, high street type locations for Skyride?
Oh, it's fantastic, it's fantastic. It's all about creating a traffic free route and giving people the opportunity, families in particular, to come into the city and see what great opportunities or great things that the city has to offer. It links the cultural quarter and the town hall square, this particular bit, and hopefully places like Coffee Republic take advantage of that and kind of recognise with 12,000–14,000 people going by, that's a good audience for them, and they get involved in the festival. It's about bringing the city to life. It's not about a bike race or not like a bike ride even. It's about just creating a traffic-free space to help the city regenerate and bring a bit of energy into it. And Leicester's got some great places to offer. Really interesting. And we're really lucky that we can actually bring the route through the intricate maze of the city centre streets, particularly in a year when there's a lot of construction work going on.
Also, it gives people an opportunity to see parts of the city they wouldn't normally have seen, isn't it? If they're like maybe visiting the city for the first time or coming in from the county.
Yeah, either visitors coming from outside the city or often people who live in Leicester. Some people we've talked to lived in Leicester all their life. They're not familiar with places that other people might take for granted. They might not have seen the Castle Gardens area, which is absolutely amazing, historic part of the city. Relatively quiet most of the time. They might not have been to the cultural quarter. They might not have gone inside the Curve Theatre. Those types of places along the route. The St George's Church down next to the Curve got fantastic stained glass windows in there. Yeah. They open up for the day as an example. St Mary de Castro Church this year, they're going to open up and give people a guided tour. That's a Grade 1 listed building. That's like St Paul's in London. It's that type of place. And there's people who I work with who've lived in Leicester all of their lives. They've never been inside it, never seen what a fantastic medieval building it is, a piece of architecture. They're like historic monuments. If we can take people by that on a bike route, they might come back next time, they might tell their friends about it. It's rich in Leicester in that sense.
Now, Leicester, like lots of other cities and towns and villages, if you like, across the country, has an issue around things like empty shops and, sort of how to do things like, use high street empty shops effectively. And obviously you're here today because we're running this media centre for the Somewhere to Restore campaign, which is saying that young people are a real catalyst for being able to bring these kind of spaces to life. I mean, from your experience of working with young people and volunteering and stuff like that, do you think they hold one of the main keys to being able to bring in sort of empty shops and high streets back to life? Not kind of necessarily going back to how they used to be, because obviously we've moved on, but sort of, using the spaces for it.
I think it is. They're the complete key. It's all about new ideas, using recycling space with new ways of doing things. The change in a city like Leicester is it's shifted from a manufacturing economy to a cultural economy, a tertiary sector economy, a place that people come and live. And the spaces that have become empty on the city streets, that's as much to do with the change in economics, just the change in the way that things are bought and sold on our high streets. So the space has become temporarily available. It will change, it will get better, but we need to think about using those spaces in a new way. And young people and the ideas from people I've met who work with Somewhere Too and through Citizens Eye and the community projects that you put people in touch with. They're full of ideas, full of new entrepreneurial kind of spirits, social enterprise, different ways of doing things. They're really interested in it and they're really good at it. So I think it's just a question of perhaps the organisations within the city who have control of the space relaxing a bit, giving over contracts that are long enough, or opening up the space that's long enough to make it workable for people, and seed funding that process. It doesn't have to cost a lot of money, it doesn't have to cost anything. It's mainly just handing over the keys and having the confidence to let people get on with it. And like today, this coffee shop, it's really nice, it's interactive, there's things going on, the music in the background, lots of people doing different things.
Andy, thanks very much and good luck with Skyride.
Nice one, cheers John.